Hello there, everyone. Welcome back, and it's really good to be back talking about It Chapter 2. Now, it's been about a week since I last uploaded because I just wanted to get that out there that I was really busy with classes and the hurricane, the rain that was coming by. Luckily, me and my family were perfectly safe. Didn't really hit us at all. We were good, but that obviously delayed any other videos upcoming that I was wanting to do. And so I got a chance to see It Chapter 2. So, of course, I just wanted to give a quick explanation. But yeah, let's talk about it. So, It Chapter 2 is the sequel to It from 2017. And it's based off the Stephen King novel, like a lot of these movies are. The Stephen King craze. A ton of his books were adapted into movies. He's like one of the most well-known authors. And this is actually like two movies that were adapted from this one book. But the book is like over 1,000 pages, 2,000 pages, that they decide, you know what, let's do two movies because one movie probably isn't enough. And that was really smart because the first movie focused on them as children fighting with the clown, but then the second one picks up where they're all grown-ups, where 27 years later, it comes back and it's there terrorizing more children and stuff. So they all band together to finally destroy it once and for all. Now, going into this movie, I was so hyped. Like, the trailers were like, yes, and there wasn't really nothing coming out this month. Like, what came out in August? Dora, Good Boys. Good Boys was mediocre. Dora was actually not that bad. And Ready or Not was really good, but like, really not a blockbuster. This was that movie to hype us up. Did it live up to the high standards that we all had after seeing that first film? Sorta. It wasn't as good as the first film, but it was still a pretty alright movie. I thought it was okay. And it's just like, if you follow me on Twitter and you saw my tweet, this is probably the most what the heck movie I think I've seen in quite a while. It's completely bonkers. Like, there's lots of scenes that are outright hilariously bad, and there's other stuff that's outright creepy, and there's just so much emotions all over the place. Like, there's some parts that are unintentionally funny, which isn't good, obviously. But then there's other parts that are really creepy, and the tone is kind of all over the place, because I'm like, what am I supposed to get here? You have children getting their heads bit off, and then you have just some cheesy weirdness going on, and it's just, it's like the tone is all over the place. Like, the opening was crazy, like the ending was really great, basic stuff you could hear in here. But I gotta say, like, I mean, Bill Skarsgård did a great job as Pennywise, like he did in the first film. But my favorite part was easily Bill Hader. He was fantastic in this movie. I was blown away. He did a really good job. Like, at first, like, I was seeing all these people hyping him up, and I'm like, okay, he did okay, probably. It's just blah, blah, blah. But what they did with his character and stuff, I was not expecting. And while it didn't really get any development in the first film, I feel, I don't know, I think they did a pretty good job in this 3-hour movie, developing it. So I was like, you know what? I felt that. That's pretty sad. And it was really good. Like, I feel like all the characters, like the main cast, I thought had an important role. Even the ones that aren't really in it that much. When you watch a movie, you understand. Like, at the beginning, you're thinking, really? But when you watch it more, they give more scenes for those characters. And it really just, like, it evens it out. So I really do like that. I also like some of the back and forth. Like, some of it, like, even they admit, why are we splitting up and stuff, like they did in the first movie when they all took a break from hanging out. It shows flashbacks for each person, what happened to them during the summer, because they all need to find their, like, it. I'm not gonna lie, this movie gets crazy, and how, like, the origins of it and how to stop it and stuff. A lot of that was complete trash, in my opinion. That made no sense. I'm sorry. But if this is how it happened in the book, then the director and all did what they could. But, oh my goodness. What the... But there's some nice little references that pay off towards the end. I like those, where they set up stuff and it pays off pretty well. And, like, the performances, like I said, James McAvoy, I'm sorry, bro. Like, he was doing okay, but some parts I just laughed because his performance was just so funny. And I know he's trying, but when the kid version did better than him in this movie series, I feel bad. Jessica Chastain was really good, and there was lots of emotion there. I thought she did a pretty great job. I don't know, I just felt like the kids were better than the grown-ups, which is kind of weird, since grown-ups have more, talent and they've been in the business longer, you think they'd be better. But I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just attached to the kids and how they did in their performance in the first film, because the grown-ups were okay, and like, especially Bill Hader, he was great. But I just like the kid versions more and their performances more. But I mean, the guy who played Eddie in this movie was really good. I'm honestly surprised, like, from this one character that I was positive died in the first one comes back and is like a little nuisance for them to deal with. That was obviously filler because it happened in the books and it happened in that miniseries that happened on TV in the 90s with Tim Curry. And I mean, honestly, they shouldn't have even had any of that because it wasn't really that much of an impact except him slightly annoying them. So that was a waste of time. Like, the movie didn't need to be 3 hours, and I hate to say that with the movies that I've seen. Like, the only movie that warranted this runtime was Avengers Endgame that I've seen this year, because even Once Upon a Time in Hollywood didn't need to be that long, and I love that movie. That movie was really good, but some of these movies do not need to be this long, and this was sadly another one. Now, as you can see, like, it's kind of a mixed bag on how I feel. While some of the performances were good, the cinematography is fantastic, excellent cinematography, and the clown, the Pennywise, he was really good, Bill Skarsgård. But with the junky, clunky tone, some of the performances are iffy while some are good. And you just have some really crazy backstory for the clown that just makes no sense, in my opinion. It's crazy. I'm kind of left with, what did I just sit through? So I know that these thoughts are a bit weird and stuff, but this movie was insane. I mean, I give it props for making me think like this. Like, this movie had a lot to give, and the people put their heart and soul into this. They did a really good job, and I mean, it's a really well done movie. But I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on it, guys. Like, so I hope that helped you guys. But those were my thoughts on It Chapter 2. Again, not a bad movie. I'm in the it's fine category. I don't think I'll ever watch it again like the first one. It doesn't have that much rewatchability because just some of the stuff in this movie just, no. It just wasn't my thing. It was just crazy. But some of it was crazy in a good way, but some of it was just, what did I just sit through? And it was insane. It was quite the experience. So I do recommend seeing it at least once. And if you like it or dislike it, I perfectly agree with either side, because I'm like near the middle in this. I'm like in the middle of this situation basically, but I still think it's a really well made movie and everything. But if you don't like it, I totally understand, and if you do like it, I totally get it. Like, I'm on both sides here, guys. So thank you all for watching my review. What'd you all think of the movie? If you want to let me know in your comment section down below, that'd be pretty great. If you want to hit the bell as well to get notified when I upload, and hit the subscribe button. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's StoreSable or @SableStore. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.